Good morning, I am Rahul. You are watching Kishore Manch SWAYAM Prabha Channel number 31 and NCERT's official YouTube channel. We bring you the session of English class 4th and the topic is very interesting, riddles and tongue twister. So tongue twister, and to present this wonderful session we have Dr. Qazi Firdausi Islam from Department of Educational Studies, Jamia Millia Islamia, Faculty of Education, Jamia Millia Islamia, with us in the studio. Thank you very much. You came here. Very warm welcome.
Thank you, Rahul.
So to begin with, you just note down our toll-free numbers 1800-111-265 and 1800-112-199. These are the toll-free numbers. With the help of them, you can easily contact us, and you can also send us an email on ciat.kishoremanch@gmail.com. So let's begin riddles and tongue twisters. So Dr. Qazi, what would you like to tell us?
Oh, Rahul, as you said, this seems to be a very interesting session.
Yes.
And I'm sure, as you mentioned, this session is going to be enjoyable, fun-filled, and full of guesswork.
Okay.
And usually what happens, Rahul, before we carry on with the lesson, generally when we have relatives or friends visiting us at homes, there is a trend, that people, we ask the children, we try and guess their intelligence level, and we ask them certain questions just to familiarize them. So if you see, even when we were children, our relatives or friends who had just visited us at times, so they used to ask us questions just to kind of test our intelligence.
Yes.
So this session is something like that, and those questions that they used to actually ask us are kind of riddles. They are mind games. They just test something like our common sense.
Yes.
And the things they ask us is something from daily familiar usage, day-to-day usage. I'm sure, Rahul, when you must have been a child, even when I was a child,
I can recall those things, once my uncle came and asked me, how many toffees you had? Actually, Didi told me that your dad brought 5 chocolates to you yesterday. How many do you have? It means how did you have, eaten?
Yes.
So that's the kind of question I had in my childhood.
Absolutely, Rahul. So these are the kind of intelligent guesses which the type of questions or statements which are asked to children are actually, it's a exercise so that children think and they practice their common sense thinking skills. And so without much ado, I think Rahul will begin with the lesson.
Okay.
And so the first topic that we have,
riddles.
Okay, riddles and tongue twisters. And this is for class 4th.
Okay.
And then if you see, Rahul, I mean, you can see in the first screen, there are 3 icons I have put. The first one is a cloud. If you can see it on the top left-hand corner,
yes,
there's a cloud. And then there's on the same horizontally straight across on the right side, there is a ribbon in the orange color.
Yes.
And exactly below, if you can see, there's a bright yellow smiley.
Yes, the smiley face.
The smiley face. And children love smileys.
Yes.
The idea to put this was because this session is going to be fun-filled, enjoyable, and we're going to laugh at it.
Okay.
So that was the smiley.
Okay.
So big, bright yellow. And then, but we can only have fun and enjoy about it because after the smiley happens, because we need to go focus on the blue cloud. The blue cloud actually means some thinking games, your mind games. An idea may just come across your mind. So that's the blue cloud which is in focus. And then once when you answer that riddle which is placed before you, children, then it's kind of an award that you get. So you have the ribbon. You see, understand, Rahul, when ribbons and all these are kind of prizes or medals when we have, they usually have ribbons.
Yes.
So that's the idea. So it's a kind of virtual classroom we have, but we can actually have the feel of a real classroom.
Okay.
That once we have a question posed at us, a riddle rather, and then we answer it, so then we are a happy face smiley, and then there's a ribbon awarded to us. So that's the idea.
Okay.
So can we, so before I explain what exactly can a riddle be, so let me just go to the next slide, Rahul, and so we can just explain to them.
Okay.
Okay, so riddles. Now just a guess, if I do a guesswork, what is in riddle? In riddle we need to guess and guess and guess, and there is more guessing.
Okay.
And some more guessing, please.
Okay.
Because once the question is posed, so you need to find an answer. You need to actually think and rake your brains and come up with the answer.
Okay.
Now see this, if you can see the slide there, it's find the mistake. A number is given. So if you can just slightly, you know, we'll focus on this, and then there can be the, we'll ask children to find out the mistake here. If you can read it, children, so you'll have to find out the mistake there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay. Okay. So what kind of you know, fun in between?
The fun is that they'll have to find out what is the mistake there. This is an alphabetical, a numerical list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Before we start,
Okay.
remember to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications.
Placement.
Now you won't miss any of our new videos.
Okay.
So let's see if our children
Okay,
can
here
actually
we go.
find out.
Riddle number 1. Look at this toy pyramid carefully.
So find the mistake.
In what order
Guess,
will you see
guess,
the
and
colors
guess.
from the
Yes,
top
so-
view?
Guessing.
You have 15 seconds to
So
think
this is
about
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rahul, do you think where is the mistake? Maybe let's pose it to you.
Well, I am unable to see the mistake because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. These are 8 numbers in line, and
Have you
there is no
prepared your
mistake
answer
in the
yet?
order as well.
It's not that
All right,
hard.
so but then this
Look
is
at
the
the pyramid
clue. You have to
carefully
see the
again.
whole picture. I'll give you the clue. The mistake can be in
From the top
alphabet, the
view,
mistake can
you'll
be
see
in
the colors
numbers.
in this order. Dark blue,
Mistake could be even
light
in the
blue,
spellings.
green, yellow, and red.
Okay.
All right, we don't have any music on, so let's,
Easy
you know,
peasy.
on our own, we'll just try and do.
Okay.
So find the
Mistake. Yes.
That's it.
Yes. That's why, you know, I did not have a chance.
I guess. So this was it. That's why we wrote out that, you know, in the beginning, children, just relax. There's going to be a lot of fun. You need to find out exactly where is the riddle, where is it placed. It could be something which is visible very clearly,
Yes.
or it could be something which is there in front of you, but somehow we just don't focus in it.
Right.
Rahul, so, so this is the mistake. So
Right.
now do you think we can go ahead to the next slide, Rahul,
Yes,
and
please.
explain to them
Yes.
what is the mistake rather?
Okay.
Okay, now let's come to this. Riddles and tongue twisters. So today's topic. So basically what is a riddle? It's actually, simply speaking, it's a noun. You know why I called it a noun? It's a noun because it's the name of something. That means, you know, riddles would be a question or a statement. So any question or a statement would need to be solved. So the moment you solve it, there will be an answer. So it is something like a common noun, a proper noun, any noun. It's the name of something.
Okay.
That's why it's a riddle is a noun. And the main function of a riddle is to guess. Now, what do you exactly call a riddle? You know, it can be a problem or a puzzle. We all of us love puzzle as children. So in the form of a statement or a question, etc., so that some genuine guesswork is required to solve it or answer it.
Okay.
So that is why, if you remember the previous slide, Rahul, we talked about this one. So where is the mistake? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yes,
6,
yes.
7, 8, guess.
Yes.
So it is a kind of a statement. Okay, so here this was it. This is what we need to find out.
Okay.
Now, for an example, I will just give a demonstration. If you can just read in the below. Rahul, would you read it or should I read it?
Yes, yeah, please, please. Let me allow.
All right.
So point 1, after 2 guess.
Yes.
Okay, a problem or a puzzle in the form of a statement or question, etc., so that some genuine guesswork is required to solve it or answer it.
Okay. And you can go also ahead with the example.
Okay, I may have 3 hands or 2 hands. Usually I have 12 beauty spots on my face. Everybody loves me and uses me. I work all the time. I do not sleep. I am a...
Guess.
Guess.
So this is a riddle now.
Okay.
I'll also read it once again. So children, the ones who are viewing it and the ones who may have switched on your televisions a little later, So we are doing riddles and tongue twisters. So the benefit of all, we'll just focus on the topic once again. Today's topic is riddles and tongue twisters. So there is one riddle placed in front of you. It says, I may have 3 hands or 2 hands. And we need to understand this. What is this? Can we have the slideshow please here?
Okay.
Okay, I may have 3 hands or 2 hands. Usually I have 12 beauty spots on my face. Everybody loves me and uses me. I work all the time. I do not sleep. I am a... Any guesses? What do you think this is? This is something very familiar, children. We see it in our hands all the time at our homes. It works all the time. There are 12 beauty spots on my face. Everybody uses it. We always see it.
Okay.
Well, it is a clock or a watch.
Right. Every time we see.
Every time we see it, it doesn't sleep. It works all the time.
Right.
We see, we wait. So that's the riddle. So that was it. So now let's begin with riddles, please. Rahul, we'll move on to the next slide, please.
Okay. Examples of some riddles. Okay.
Can you guess? Okay. The children, the guesswork is important. Because here, well, we also have this. Before we do, what do riddles do? Let's tell out what is this session. It will help us, riddles will help us to think hard, to be creative, because we need to really think out of the box, come up with wonderful solutions to solve these statements, and it can also make learning joyful, and that is one of the objectives of any teaching learning. Plus, it will also make us curious learners, and then it will also make us interactive learners, because whenever a riddle is shared, you know, we always discuss among our friends and peers what to do, so that it will make us interactive learners. Besides, it will also build social skills. We can talk with our friends, oh, do you know what this can be, what this can be. So the kind of social skills are also built up, and yes, even it enriches our vocabulary. We learn new words. So let's focus on the riddles. And this riddle, students, I have given you from everyday daily life, things which you and I use every day.
Okay.
So let's look into the first riddle.
What has to be broken before you can eat it?
Okay. What
Okay,
has to
yes,
be broken?
I know.
You know the answer?
Yes, I know the answer,
Okay,
but
so-
I won't give you.
Oh, that's good. That shouldn't be, because let's let the children guess the answer.
Yes, because they are connecting with us and they are sending answers.
They are sending answers.
Yes.
So let's see who can give us the answer for that.
Okay.
Okay, and after that, Rahul, I think let's move on to the next one also.
Okay,
The
please.
second riddle.
I am tall when I am young and I am short when I am old.
Okay, so this you need to think a little. I am tall when I am young and I am short when I am old. Students, children, put on your thinking caps and think, what will this be?
Okay.
Okay,
This is
then we
really
can-
interesting actually.
This is interesting. So
Yes.
let's move on our third one.
Okay.
Let's move on to the third slide. Okay, the third things that we have. I think this is a little, we need to check out the third slide.
Okay.
What has many teeth but cannot bite? This is another example from familiar everyday usage.
Okay. What has many teeth but cannot
Cannot
bite?
Okay, after that, let's move on to the fourth riddle also. Children, whoever is watching, please think. If you have parents along with you, you can also ask them for guesswork. Even the fourth one is, what has legs but cannot walk? This is something we use every day. Even the third one, these all 4 riddles are examples of daily usage. We get up in the morning and we use all of them. So this is daily life. Now let's move on to the fifth riddle. This is also interesting. What has words but cannot speak? Children, I hope you all can answer, and even Rahul, even you can think, Because this is something very, very familiar with. All of us use this every day.
Okay.
What has words but cannot speak?
Our students, sent us an answer for the legs and they cannot walk kind of thing.
Okay, so what is the answer, Rahul? It will be interesting, so that.
The chair.
Oh, excellent. It can be the chair.
Yes.
Excellent. I had put in an answer as a table, but yes, it can chair.
It can be a chair, yes.
It can be chair. Well, children, congratulations. This is what we said. Riddles help us
Yes.
think out of the box.
Yes.
We need to be creative. We can come up with original answers. And it's excellent. I think, Rahul, the children have just sent us the answers
Yes.
pretty well.
And for the first question, they sent an answer: vegetables.
Okay, what has to be broken?
Yes.
It's kind of something, but we'll guess the answer.
Okay.
Kind of similar, but we'll guess the answer. Let's move on to the next riddle. I have
Okay.
some more riddles for you. Can we go to the next riddle, please? Okay. What month of the year has 28 days? This is
Okay.
one. What month of the year has 28 days?
Okay. I know.
Okay. Keep it to us. And then let's go to
Yes.
this riddle number 7.
Okay.
8 is also here.
Okay. 7
7
is
is
also there.
what is always in front of you but you cannot see. You know, Rahul, this is kind of interesting. What
Yes.
is always in front of you but you cannot see? Children, y'all will be able to answer this because you just need to think hard, and this touches all of us. Riddle number 7, all of us, it touches us. Nobody can escape from it. If you have your parents or your siblings, brothers, sisters nearby, you can, all of you, sit together and do some guesswork. And let's move to the last riddle, that is what goes up but never comes down.
Okay.
This is not something from rocket science, what goes up but never comes down, nothing like gravity or something, but this is something very familiar, which again, it's a life thing. Everybody is goes through this process. So these are the clues in the riddle.
But
So-
I am feeling some kind of goosebumps, like rocket.
Okay, so it goes up but never comes down. But rocket
Okay.
does come down.
Yes.
It does come down. It
Yes.
could be that. But anyway, so these are, now do you think we can give the answers to them?
Okay. They sent us the February month.
Okay. Or
28 days.
all right, we'll come to this. See, the first answer was an egg. What
Yes.
has to be broken before you can eat it?
Yes. The answer
Rahul,
is
even
egg.
you had the answer, you
Yes.
said.
Yes, this is the right answer.
You sure this was the answer?
Yes, yes.
Okay, Rahul, so even you have cracked the riddle.
Thank you.
And the second one, I am
Oh.
tall when I'm young and I'm short when I'm old. So this is a candle.
Okay.
When we light a candle, children, it goes and it dies out.
Okay.
And the third one, interesting. What has many teeth but cannot bite? This is a comb.
Yes. Our
We-
students sent us the right answer.
They sent excellent. Students, some of you have sent the answers. Do we have the names or
Yes.
something?
Rajni sent a right answer, and
Okay.
one more, I think, Anupam, and one more.
So we
I
have
think Pooja Mishra.
Okay, we have Rajni, we have Pooja Mishra, we have Anupam. Congratulations, you have sent us the right answer for riddle number 3. Yes, what has many teeth but cannot bite? It's a
Yes.
comb. And I think some of us also sent the answer for the next riddles too. Okay, somebody sent a chair.
Yes.
What has legs but cannot walk? I put a table, but excellent. Chair is also the answer.
Yes.
Who sent us this answer, Rahul?
I think Rajni and Meenu, Shayad.
Rajni and probably Meenu sent
Yes.
it. Well done, children. Very good.
They are actually paying attention in the session. That's the best thing.
That's it, and that
Yes.
is the idea of a session,
Yes,
Rahul.
right.
Ki, we are here so that we can tick their creative mind, and children are by nature curious, creative, and that's why we are here.
Right.
So I hope you are enjoying this session, children. And now let's look into the answers to the next riddles. Okay. What has words but cannot speak?
Right.
It's a book.
Mm-hmm.
We all are familiar with it day in and day out. Okay. Now next, what month of the year has 28 days? Well, all the months have it.
Right. Yes.
Suppose it's only which month has 28 days? It's February. So that's the riddle. Alright, we just need to think what is the answer. Now, the 7th riddle. What is always in front of you but you cannot see? It's a kind of abstract, but it's the future. We are always moving ahead, but we
Right.
can never see the
Right.
future. So children, this is something which touches all of us, and I wish all of you a bright, successful future, happy learning. And the last one, student, what goes up but never comes down?
Your age.
Your age. We always grow old, it never
Right.
comes down. And it's a good thing. We need to reach till centuries. I hope we all have a good life, and especially amidst this pandemic, I hope we all remain safe and healthy, and we take all the safety protocols necessary for a COVID. And I'm sure all our age will go up. So Rahul, let's continue with the remaining part of the session.
Yes, please.
That we have the tongue twisters.
Oh, the most interesting part of the session, the tongue twisters.
Now I think let's move into the tongue twisters. Okay, tongue twisters. Actually, what do tongue twisters do? Let me tell you before we move on into what tongue twisters actually do. So let us
Yes.
this. What are these tongue twisters? These are actually a group of words. So these are actually phrases. Lot of words with the kind of same letter,
Yes.
so that somebody who tries to pronounce it, you get entangled, you
Right.
get confused.
Yes.
It's like playing with the words.
Right.
So those are tongue twisters, and but then it helps us, children. I mean, we all have to grow up with tongue twisters, and it's quite a fun part of learning any language, be it English, be it any language that we are
Right.
learning,
Right.
because it helps us in actually pronunciation. Because the lot of alphabets with the same the same letter, but it has different kind of pronunciation. I mean, the alphabet C, for example, it has a soft sound as well as a hard sound. The soft sound would be sir, something like cycle, sir, and a hard sound, something like a cat. So it's a k sound. So these are things which are helpful in our pronunciation, because the same letter may have different pronunciation sounds.
Right.
And tongue twisters are an effective way of helping us, pronounce and enrich our vocabulary. So let's get back to this slide again, children, and let's see what the tongue twisters do for us.
Okay. What are the profits of learning tongue twisters? It will give us some confidence, or this can give us to improve our speaking thing, or what?
Absolutely, Rahul. As you mentioned, the idea of tongue twisters is this. It's a practice drill.
Yes.
Suppose children who are new to a language, or even you are not in a beginner's stage of language, but you're still in a initial or an advanced or an intermediate stage, you're learning a language. So if you practice a lot of tongue twisters, it will help you in pronunciation,
Okay.
in pronouncing words,
Right.
sentences correctly. Like we said, even G has a soft sound and a hard sound.
Okay.
It's God,
Yes.
G, and there are very certain, like gate, it's even a hard sound,
Right.
gate, and there are certainly many soft sounds with G. Goat, again it's a hard sound.
Okay.
Get, hard sound.
Okay.
So we have soft and a hard sound for certain alphabets. So the benefit, as you mentioned correctly, Rahul, plenty of it, because it helps us in improving our vocabulary and the way we speak English.
Right.
So what do you say, Rahul? Let's practice some tongue twisters.
Yes. Why not? I'm ready with it, and
All
I
right.
have the most complicated for me as well.
All right, Rahul, let's go ahead. So the first tongue twister on the slide it's a very common one, children. It's like Sally sold seashells by the sea.
Okay.
So let's go very slowly first. Sally sold seashells by the sea.
Okay.
Now slowly, do you think we can improve ourselves?
Yes.
Rahul, would you like to try the first tongue twister?
Yes. Sally sold seashells by the sea.
Okay, now children, let's improve it from Sally sold seashells by the sea. Sally sold seashells by the sea. 3 times at least we have done. Now let's move on to the next one. This should be interesting.
Okay. Lorry on the road. Lorry on the road. Red lorry, blue lorry, red lorry, blue lorry, red lorry, blue lorry. A lorry here, a lorry there. Lorry everywhere.
Okay, so this is interesting. This
Yes.
is a real tongue twister. Children, you all
It
can
made me
also...
confused actually.
It does, Rahul. So let me also practice and see
Yes,
where do
please.
I get stuck.
Okay.
So first I'll go slowly, children, so that you can see it. The first, so it's lorry on the road, red lorry, blue lorry, Red lorry, blue lorry. Red lorry, blue lorry. A lorry here, a lorry there. Lorry everywhere. So Rahul is laughing at it. But let me go at once again.
Okay.
Lorry on the road, lorry on the road. Red lorry, blue lorry. Red lorry, blue lorry. A lorry here, a lorry there. Lorry everywhere.
Okay.
Let me practice once again. Lorry on the road, lorry on the road. Red lorry, blue lorry. Red lorry, blue lorry. Red lorry, blue lorry. A lorry here, a lorry there. Lorry everywhere. Now the point is, it just helps us, it's fun learning English.
Yes.
Lorry, all if you know, it's bigger than a truck. We all know what trucks are. They are meant for carrying goods. So, and this is something, a very familiar word you'll also come across in your English text at class 4. So this is, children, you can practice that lorry one. Now let's move on to the next tongue twister that we have here.
Okay.
The next tongue twister is, you're going to enjoy it. All of us love ice creams, I think.
Yes.
Okay. So the next is ice cream.
You scream.
We all scream.
Ice cream. Okay.
So now let's practice it together.
Okay. Ice cream. You scream. We all scream. Ice cream.
Ice cream, you scream, we all scream, ice cream. Ice cream, you scream, we all scream, ice cream.
Okay.
So this helps us the kind of, pronunciation to that.
Right.
Now let's move into the next one.
Okay.
This is a very familiar one, but then it's fun time. It's like Betty Butter bought some butter, but she said the butter's bitter.
Okay.
Betty Butter bought some butter, but she said the butter's bitter. Betty Butter bought some butter, but she said the butter's bitter. Well, Rahul, would you like to try this?
Yeah, sure, why not? Betty Butter bought some butter, but she said the butter's bitter. So this is my, chunk only.
Okay. Betty Butter bought some butter, but she said the butter's bitter.
Okay.
Betty Butter bought some butter, but she said the butter's bitter. So these are the kind of tongue twisters we have been having. And the last one, I have made a tongue twister. Can you just read it, Rahul?
A big black bear sat on a big black rug.
Okay, a big black bear sat on a big black rug. A big black bear sat on a big black rug. This is kind of easy, I think, a tongue twister.
Yes.
Children, I have brought out for you the easy tongue twisters so that you enjoy it, so that it's not kind of stressful learning. And like here, we'll go by the last one again. A big black bear sat on a big black rug. A big black bear sat on a big black rug. And children, these are your holiday days. You all can also practice them.
Yes.
Lot of it is there. And whenever you have friends, relatives coming over with your parents, with your brothers, sisters, make the most of the time. So you can, and these are all available freely on your internet. Even this is also in your textbook. If you can just read some of the lessons, it's available there. It's in your textbook. You can just look for these kind of tongue twisters and riddles.
Right.
And I'm sure many of us also know plenty of riddles, and this was a session on that. So we tried to give something which would be familiar to you from your everyday day-to-day lives, so that you could have answers to those riddles.
Right.
Now I would also like to say another riddle, this for your practice. Something like friends, which friends, usually with friends they do it. Something like, and nowadays we in India, we have been having a lot of flood, if you remember.
Yes.
Lot of flood, so there's a lot of food been given everywhere. And usually in times of an, epidemic or any kind of a problem, it's friends who help us. So I made up a kind of a tongue twister. It's few friends on a ferry, ferried food for friends during flood victims.
Okay.
Says this. Once again, I'll say it. Few friends ferried food for friends during flood. So this is again the F sound comes in. So these are the kind of tongue twisters you can do. But children, I have also made certain activities for you. So let's see, you can just go ahead and look at the activities that you have.
Okay.
So the first activity that has been given to you is,
Find out riddles given in your English book, at least 5. Okay. Or look up for riddles from the internet.
This should be fun, because the first, they can try up into their English book, because the NCERT books are already there. They have different sections divided, and so you can look up into your riddles, see it in your text of the lesson. You can see it also in the question answer part, or you can also see in the exercises part. You could also look into the poems which are there. And if it's not in your textbook, you could also look up from the internet. Internet has a lot of these riddles, but remember, don't look into the answer easily. You need to do guesswork, because riddles are actually meant to make you creative.
Right.
You know, there is a purpose of riddles. Why do we do riddles, children? The idea is to be curious. The idea is to think out of the box. The idea is also to be confident and positive that yes, we can do it. I can find out the answer to that. So that is the activity for you all given up. And let's also look into the second activity now.
Okay, and the second activity is practice some tongue twisters, at least 5.
Okay, so practice some tongue twisters. Rahul, we had given them already some.
Yes.
So now rest they can also take up, and even you can have tongue twisters in your own languages only.
Yes.
English is this.
It is not. It is not about. It is not all about English only. You can do any of your language. As I do my bit, because I told you that I have some of my. You can say some tongue twisters. She sells seashells at the seashore of Seychelles. So this is my bit and my contribution in this session. This is just fun learning, and to make you a confident person for your language, right?
Absolutely, Rahul.
So
this is it.
Yes.
This will help us, love the language. This will help us enrich our vocabulary, and this is learning during joyful environments.
Yes.
And that's the basic idea of any learning. So as Rahul said it, she shells on the seashore. Yes, you can practice this.
Yes.
And I'm sure we have given them some activities, Rahul.
Yeah,
I'm sure children will take up an interest, and
yes,
they would do their activities, and you can share this activity with your parents and your siblings.
Yes.
And so thank you.
So this is the session of riddles and tongue twisters, just to let them understand, the students. This is just because of fun and confidence building, and to know the language easily, and fun-filled environment you can easily learn, and to give you the confidence, and it will increase your vocabulary. It will help you for a long time. So be with us, and this session is over now. We would like to thank Dr. Qazi Firdausi Islam. You came here and to explain these wonderful riddles and tongue twisters. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I enjoyed. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We all have enjoyed, and a few of our students have enjoyed, and they sent some questions kind of thing, or answers, or maybe suggestions. And if you have any kind of suggestions, and if you do the activity, or you can write some riddles or tongue twisters, you can send us an email of the same on ciet.kishoremanch@gmail.com. We will forward this to Dr. Qazi, and she will reply you over that. Thank you very much for joining with us. This session is over now. We will be right back with the next session in just few minutes. Thank you very much. Keep watching Kishore Manch. Namaskar.